Well, today here at San Jose State football practice, we have a special guest. This is actually his second time here with us. It's former Utah State, former Navy coach, former Louisiana Monroe coach, Charlie Weatherbie. And Coach, welcome back to San Jose State.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And so what brings you back to San Jose State this fall?
Well, came last fall, and Mike asked me to come out and just kind of watch practice, being an ex-head coach, and just kind of see how things were operating and how, any kind of things that I could suggest, kind of as a consultant basis, so to speak. And he asked me again to come out again this year. He felt like that it was good for him. I know it was good for me too, to get my dose of football as well. And it's been great. I've been out here for 3 or 4 days, and excited about coming out here and watching the team. And I'll tell you, they look much bigger, faster, stronger. They're more organized. It looks like they're a much better football team.
So you can actually see the difference from last year to this year.
You betcha. Which I think is hard to see a lot of times when you're around them all every day. But when you look at them from last year to this year, there's no doubt that they're a completely different football team.
Now, this was not a quick trip for you. I mean, you traveled cross country to get here.
Yeah, from East Coast to West Coast. We were in Orlando, and left there Thursday morning fairly early, and gained 3 hours. And got here about 11:30, and then I leave on Wednesday afternoon, and then get home. Wednesday afternoon I leave, and I get home Wednesday night real late, like about midnight, 11:40 or so.
So just to refresh people, how long have you known Coach McIntyre, and what kind of friendship have you guys developed through the years?
Well, I've known Coach McIntyre for quite some time. When I was the head coach at the Naval Academy, Coach McIntyre was the secondary coach at Temple, and working for Ron Dickerson there. That was in the 90s. And then when he was there, he wanted to see if he could get some tickets to the Army-Navy game for he and his dad, and so we got him some tickets and let him come to the Army-Navy game, and got a chance to. That's kind of where it first started, and then from there we just kind of stayed in touch. He's been a guy that I've always looked up to as being the kind of players coach that I kind of tried to replicate, and so he's definitely the kind of guy that's in it for the right reason. Loves the young men, loves to try to help them not only on the football field but off the football field, and I think that's important because there's more that you can learn on this football field about continuing life, whether it be in marriage or whether it be in a hard time, whether it be in good times or bad times. You learn how to keep your keep even keel, and so I think Mike trains and teaches those Christian principles, I think, that are very, very important.
Now, you as a former head coach at Navy, San Jose State making its first trip to the Naval Academy, San Jose State fans who are looking forward to this game from all over the country. What can you tell them about the experience of watching a game at Navy?
Well, first of all, don't be surprised when you see the jet airplanes come through the stadium and blow you out of the stadium before the game starts.
So that's a pregame activity.
Yeah, pregame activity. It'll be loud, and they'll have a flyby. They'll have the pageantry of the Corps of cadets coming out. It'll be quite a sight to see all the pre-naval officers, so to speak. All those that are in the midshipmen, and so it'll be a neat atmosphere. And I haven't been there since they've redone their stadium, but I've heard they've got quite a nice new addition to their stadium as well. What time of the year is this?
It'll be September the 29th, a 3:30 game.
It ought to be a beautiful time of the year. Possibly leaves changing. that time of the year in certain areas around there, and it ought to be a great time of the year for fans to get in there and watch a game. I know in the past they've played very well at home. Got a very, very good record, playing at home. So go in there ready to play to win that game. Kenny Niumatalolo was actually coached on my staff, was my offensive coordinator after Paul Johnson had left to go to Georgia. He went to Georgia Southern first, and then came back and became the head coach after I left, and then Kenny was his offensive coordinator.
So there are really a lot of ties, because Coach Niumatalolo played for Coach Tomey, and we all know what the impact Coach Tomey's had here. And, so last question, so what will you be doing during the college football season?
Well, I'll be watching a lot of football. I follow my alma mater, which is Oklahoma State. I follow them quite frequently. Get a chance to go to a couple of their games in the fall, and then I'll watch a lot of college football on TV, and I'm going to get a chance to hopefully watch a few San Jose State games as well. And I actually help a little bit with, I work at a church there in Orlando, and I help with the high school team a little bit. I work with the quarterbacks there, and so on Friday nights I may be in a few stadiums, and I was telling Coach McIntyre that they had a couple of pretty good prospects, or suspects, so to speak, and that's a long ways for somebody to come, but you never know.
Never know. Coach, thanks again for coming out to San Jose State, and
well, thank you, and congratulations on being elected to the Hall of Fame.
Thanks very much.
That's a blessing, and I know you're very worthy of it. So thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate what you've done.